Hello students, this is Lokesh Sir, Faculty for PSIR at ARK Reflections IAS. Today in this video, we are going to learn why PSIR, the Political Science and International Relations optional, is most favorite optional among the toppers. If you have observed the toppers of 2024 UPSC examination, majority of them has cracked this exam through PSIR, Political Science International Relations optional. Why it is becoming most favorite optional among the aspirants is important. We need to learn why it is becoming the most favorite optional. So one reason is, yes, we already know that it is a favorite optional among the candidates applying and also candidates succeeding in this examination, because it is possible for us, for any aspirant, even though you are new to this subject, you have this science background, engineering background, in spite of that, you can score 300 plus marks in this optional by taking this optional PSIR, because the subject itself is easier. It is not lengthy at all. There is a misconception that it is lengthy. It is not at all a lengthy optional. Besides that, it has a lot of intersections. Multiple intersections with GS papers. What are those GS papers? In which we have intersections, and by learning this subject PSIR, it is useful for you to apply the concepts in GS papers also and fetch more marks in these GS papers. What are those GS papers? If I take GS paper 2, that is Indian polity, governance and international relations. In GS paper 2 we cover what? Polity, IR, international relations, okay, these two are, and also the governance. These three are the key areas of paper 2. In and out we have these components in paper 2, okay. In PSIR, if you compare the PSIR paper, yes, paper 2 and PSIR paper 1 part B, paper 1 part B of PSIR optional is all related to the Indian political system, the governance, okay. Besides that, if you take the PSIR paper 2 part B, it is all about Indian foreign policy, international relations, that is relations of India with other nations. International relations is very important, is a component of paper 2 part B. So this is how we are aligning the PSIR syllabus with GS paper 2. This is one component. So PSIR for how many marks? We have PSIR for 500 marks as an optional PSIR 500 marks. We will be learning these subjects in and out. Okay, 250 marks, paper 2 completely dedicated. 250 marks, that is GS paper 2. 250 marks. In addition, in what other GS papers we can use the knowledge that we gain from PSIR optional. If I go to GS paper 4 ethics. In GS paper 4 ethics, there are two components. One component is answering questions. Directly questions are asked and the answers you have to write in descriptive format. Besides that, case studies. If I exempt the case studies, the questions we write in GS paper 4 ethics, at least 100 plus marks. They are theoretical in perspective, theoretical and application of the theories. We are going to learn in PSIR optional. Application of the theories that we are going to learn in paper 1 part 1A. In that we have a lot of theories. The same theories regarding ethical conduct of human beings in the society and civil servants in the society. We try to get this knowledge from political science as a discipline. Okay, in part 2, paper 1 part 1A, we have theories, ideologies, where the thinkers try to answer a lot of questions related to ethical dilemmas, where the thinkers answer the questions related to what? Ethical dilemmas. In that perspective, we will get to know what should be written in ethics paper, GS paper 4. So there, at least 100, we have an advantage of 100 plus marks. There we have an advantage of 100 plus marks. In that context, we will be covering 100 plus marks more compared to this, that is yes, paper 4, in addition to whatever we have seen until now. It means nearly we are covering 800 plus marks. There is no need for us to separately go through these papers if you are taking PSIR as a optional. This is the very reason why the toppers are choosing PSIR optional. Besides being easily understandable with a theory, the thought, both Western thought, Indian thought, and the paper 2 is all about, completely it is about international relations, foreign policy, comparative politics with minimal theories. So this is the essential reason why toppers are going for PSIR optional. If you take this 2024 topper, she has gone for PSIR optional, many more ranks from PSIR optional itself. The very reason being, we can cover these many marks. Our task to get into the final list becomes easy if you are taking the PSIR optional. That is the essential reason. I want to clearly try to project how and the reason why the toppers are going for PSIR optional through this video. Okay, if I have to exemplify through the syllabus also, we can go through the syllabus to understand whether we are going to cover these components in the VS papers and how we are going to interlink the PSIR optional with these GS papers. Let us go through that once. So if I go to the syllabus of PSIR, the paper 1A of PSIR, it talks about the theories, the political theory and the theories of origin of an entity called as state. Okay, in these theories we talk about the philosophies of liberalism, okay, Marxism, socialism. These are ideologies. Ideologies will be discussed. The concepts necessary for ethical conduct of individuals, including civil servants, like justice, equality, rights, what is democracy, the concept of power, how power is distributed in the society, how resources are allocated in the society, the theoretical context, how these things that we are seeing on a daily basis in the society, what is the theoretical underlying concepts behind the practical happenings in the society, they are understood through theories. So theories will tell us how these concepts have evolved, how we are implementing in the current day society. So paper 1A, part 1 of paper 1 is all about the theories. It includes the thought also, Western political thought. The political thought originated in Western nations. We will discuss about individuals here. At some point, we will be discussing about the individual thinkers who created these theories. What are those ideas of every individual thinker? So it is divided into Western political thought originated in the West, in Greece, city-states. Okay. Besides that, we also have Indian political thought, like the thought of Ambedkar, Mahatma Gandhi. We start with the ancient times. If we go into the ancient times about Ardhasastra, what Ardhasastra has given us, what ideas of statecraft available in Ardhasastra, these things we will be learning in paper 1A. Okay, part 1 of paper 1. If I go to the paper 2, if I go to part 2 of paper 1, part 2 of paper 1 consists of what? One component of that is Indian nationalism. Besides whatever we have seen as 800 plus marks, we can also use PSIR optional in paper 1 GS, that is Indian history. Indian nationalism is a component of PSIR optional paper 1 part B. Okay, so you can observe Indian nationalism, political strategies that we have implemented during Indian national movement, the perspectives on Indian national movements. This is one component we can use in paper 1. Okay, besides that, making of the constitution, salient features, the governance framework, legislature, executive, judiciary, everything in consonance with the GS paper 2 is available in the part 2 of paper 1. Okay, like that, this is how we can use this paper for GS paper 2 exactly, the same syllabus exactly. You can observe this is the testimony that we have the same syllabus. Besides that, if I go to the paper 2 has one component which is called as comparative politics and international relations. These are the two components in paper 2. Comparative politics is all about comparing the nation's constitutions, the framework of politics in those nations, elections, all those things. So civil society, okay. This is comparison, just comparison. The theoretical perspectives on this comparative perspective. This is one area. Next area is international relations. International relations in paper 2 has some theories, limited number of theories. Besides that, in international relations, everything is about everything is about the, in addition to this, the paper 2 PSIR optional part 2 is all about India and the world. India's relationship with other nations in the world, starting from the neighborhood to superpowers, nuclear policy, simply India and the world. Okay, so we start with the foreign policy, the trajectory of foreign policy of India. The same thing is available in GS paper 2. It becomes the answers written by a PSIR student in paper 2 GS are qualitative, value loaded, completely different from the answers written by the other the candidates who have chosen other optionals. There we get a lot of headway when it comes to gaining more marks, fetching more marks by applying the concepts that we are going to learn in the PSIR optional into the other GS papers. So students, from this we can understand that there is no dual preparation. Everything that we are learning in PSIR, every portion of that we can apply if we have that way. In the classroom sessions, I will be making you learn how to apply these in the GS papers so that we can reduce the burden necessarily we take for preparing for this exam. It becomes easy for us to align the components, dual time. The studying of concepts for the second time is not at all a thing in PS if you are taking PSIR optional. So there is no need to prepare for the second time. Whatever you are learning in the optional, you can use the same knowledge in all the GS papers I have given you. So in this context, ARK Reflections IAS, we are starting this PSIR optional course. So already we are starting this course. Demos, we have already started the demo lectures. Besides that, we are going to launch the program. Okay, the features of the program. What are the features of this optional program? The content I am going to give you in the classroom. It is comprehensive coverage of both the papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Besides that, to test whatever you have learnt on a weekly basis, we will be conducting weekly tests. Feedback will be provided. Besides that, in the classroom itself, I'll be providing you knowledge about how to structure your answers. Answer writing sessions will be conducted. So it will help you in writing these weekend tests. From these weekend tests, you can learn a lot about the answer writing strategies that you should know while you are preparing for the optional. They can be used in GS papers also. Okay, answer writing strategy sessions. And the fourth one is well-structured notes. Every class will be followed up by giving a handout. Sources I will be telling in the classroom. Besides that, handout easily understandable notes which you can reproduce in the exam. Besides that, special focus will be given to interlinking PSIR with other GS papers. And finally, mentorship is a special key feature, unique feature, and unlimited mentorship until you get into the service through a rank. The test series, we are conducting it for 2025 aspirants also. Besides that, we are continuing it for 2026 students who are going to write after the completion of the optional. So unlimited one-on-one mentorship, you can directly reach out to me, sit with me, discuss the strategies of answer writing and the loopholes where you are going wrong. So we'll be correcting them, we'll make you perfect, and finally in the list of UPSC. So that is how we have structured our course in a comprehensive manner. So I'll see everybody in the classroom program. Thank you everyone.